Support for Kalamazoo Lively Arts is provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation, helping to build and enrich the cultural life of Greater Kalamazoo.
I'm John Koch, and welcome to Kalamazoo Lively Arts, the show that takes you inside Kalamazoo's vibrant, creative community and explores the people who breathe life into the arts. On today's show, we meet a group of circle singers called Trybal Revival and sit down with muralist Conrad Coffman. But first, we check in with Face Off Theater Company, a theater group belonging to the Black Arts and Cultural Center. Launched in 2015, this group aims to provide innovative and diverse theater year-round. We sat down with them at a recent rehearsal. Check it out.
Okay, so I am here with the cast of The Brother Size, and what are we going to learn today? Don't make it too hard. I can hardly rehearse a line, okay?
Okay, all right, we're going to get those words, make sure we can get them clear, all right? So first, you're just going to repeat after me. I'm going to say this the best I can, okay? All right, y'all ready? All right. The skunk sat on the stump.
The skunk sat on the stump.
The stump said the skunk, the stump said the skunk stunk. All right.
Okay.
All right, I got it.
I can't even remember one line, and I got a tongue twister here.
I got it. Hold on. Okay, here it is right now. Here it is. The skunk sat on the stump.
The skunk sat on the stump.
The stump thought the skunk stunk.
The stump thought the skunk stunk.
The skunk thought the stump stunk.
The skunk thought the stump stunk.
Who stunk?
Who stunk?
The skunk or the stump?
The skunk or the stunk?
Exactly, trying to figure it out.
No, I'm not ready. Are you kidding me? What would you say is the purpose of the Face Off Theater Company?
I know that if you were to talk to each of us, there is a deeper purpose for each of us individually. I would say the purpose is to be able to bring work to the community where people of color can have an opportunity and have a platform to be on stage. And it's not just about doing one show a season, it's about a full season of shows that give people who may not have had opportunities otherwise to act, to perform, and do the kind of work and tell the kind of stories that relate to their life.
Yeah. So Kendra, you are a stage manager, you're a playwright. Tell me what that encompasses.
In regards to stage managing, it's sort of my job to make sure that the moving parts of each production is running smoothly. I check in with the actors, check in with the director, make sure that they have the things that they need. In regards to playwriting, I'm one of the resident playwrights for Face Off, so I write my own pieces. And the company, they give me their input, and then we work toward, trying to get it on its feet.
Now that we got our bodies warmed up, we got our tongues all mixed in, now it's time to get our minds going.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna do ourselves a little freestyle battle. Keep it neutral, all right?
Okay.
Everybody just throw in what you do. Okay. All right, we're gonna start with my mans over here. You ready to lead it off?
Yeah, you know me,
A one, 2, 3, go.
My name is so choosy, girls think I'm a cutie. I don't know what to do, so I just do me. Went to prison, yeah, I was a newbie. Now I'm not and I'm out, so I'm trying to go and get some clout.
Oh, I hear my boy trying to get some clout. My name is Legba. Me and him, we was riding together like a saber. Look, I'm talking about a sumo samurai saber over here, over there. So we gotta go get ourselves a car. I like the free ride. I ride passenger, cause no, I ain't got my L's like Scavenger. Hey, but that's all cool, cause I got my boy Old Goon fixing up my car. She go, oh.
Boy, Legba, I ain't your boy. So don't play them games with your boy Old Goon. I'm a goon, best believe, man. Leave my brother Choosy alone. Hey, Pastor.
I'm a girl. With the guys, I have no idea. I'm gonna die. I got one line, and I said it. Face Off Theater Company has a production that's happening here in October. It's The Brothers' Size.
Yes, it's such a great piece. It's by Terrell Alvin McCraney. He's a fabulous playwright who just has a really beautiful way of tapping into culture and various familial dynamics. And for this particular show, the title really kind of gives it away. It's about these brothers who are navigating one of the brothers' transition from coming out of prison. And so what that looks like to try and re-enter society, trying to stay on the straight and narrow, and we sort of follow them as some snags and obstacles come in the way.
So Bianca, can you tell me your philosophy when it comes to directing?
My philosophy is to truly tap into, number one, get to know the person coming in, right, the actor, and be able to guide that person into the shoes of another. So we have to start with that first. We have to start with understanding the actor's background and pool of life experience, so that we can continue to try to connect who they're playing, so that we can really truly tap into the human condition.
Now we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna do it all. One word, one word, one word, one word. We're gonna keep it flowing. Okay. We're gonna keep it flowing, okay? A one, 2, 3, yeah!
Groovy.
Movies.
To the 2V.
Apples.
Samples.
Raffles.
Drinking.
Grapple.
Hugging.
Slugging.
With a snuggie.
My cousin.
Why do you think we need to share each other's stories and hear each other's stories? Why is that important?
Well, if you look at what's happening in our country today, right, we need to continue the conversation with each other. We need to continue to sit down and have a dialogue so that we can learn from one another and experience each other's lives.
Yeah.
And I think theater is a great platform for that. When you get into a theater, when you sit into those seats, you might not know the person next to you or the person on your left, but you're listening and engaging with each other.
Yeah, it's an experience that you're both sharing, I guess, maybe at the same time, right?
Yes, definitely.
And you offer workshops in the community for people.
We have a number of workshops. We try and make sure that we provide something for every age group. We have workshops for children where we have acting exercises. We've had playwriting exercises as well. And we just try and make sure that we provide for the community various avenues to tap into theater programming. And we've recently developed an apprentice program where folks in the community can sign up and shadow one of our company members and really start to dig into the various theater crafts. We have things for acting, playwriting, stage management, directing. We try and make sure that all age groups can be catered to.
Wonderful.
We showed you how we started off our
Right.
rehearsals, and of course we go into our scenes, and this is how we end our rehearsals. See, what we do is we take our left hand, which is
Courage.
take our right hand like this, which is
Strength.
Strength.
bring them together. Now, who has a positive word to bring into the circle?
Miss Kim is down with the brother side.
Yeah. All things are possible as long as you believe and you have some faith.
Okay. Thank you. All things are possible as long as you have some
believe
faith.
and you have some faith.
And you believe. So that is us.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for showing me a little bit about what Face Off Theater Company is all about, your big production, and man, wishing you all the best.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And
Thanks.
much fun to us all.
Thank you.
I'm a hugger, so.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
All right, I'll take one.
Next.
Trybal Revival is a group of folks who gather to create community music. Every time they come together, the sound they make is new and unique. If you've never heard about the idea of circle singing, watch now as we dive into the art and speak to a few members.
did this get started? How did you guys meet and decide to do this?
It's been 10 years, 2007, so you're helping us celebrate our 10-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yes, in the fall, so it even matches up.
And Beth and I were both circle drummers. You know, we go to drum circle events and we get these rhythms going and everything, and then every once in a while one of us would vocalize and then the other would join and we say, hey, this is some good stuff, and you know what we ought to do is get some more people involved and see how many layers we can create. So that's how it got started.
So explain circle singing.
It's cyclical chant that's textless. So it's small circles of sound that go around and around, and then you can add layers of sound to it, one over another. And it's completely improvisational. Sometimes it doesn't work very well until you run it for a while, and then it finds a groove and gets going and becomes pretty fantastic.
Okay, Tommy, so this sounds like it's a very specific type of singing. It has a very specific name. Can you tell me a little bit about how you came up with it?
Well, we foolishly thought that we had actually invented it because we just started doing it spontaneously. But then when we looked into it, we found out that it was centuries old, you know, and the tradition comes out of Africa where they have these community chants and so on, and they're very similar to what we're doing. And then after we got this going for some time, the city was restoring a historical silo over off Harrison Street. So I went to the city and said, hey, I wondered if I could get inside that silo. I have a singing group and we'd like to sing inside of there. And they were like, what? You know? And I talked them into giving the key to us, and the acoustic in there is amazing.
So, give me the pitch.
We would just give you a part to sing. So just go, la na 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 na, la la na 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 na.
So just repeat it.
La na 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 na, la na 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 na, la.
Fit where you can, find your little spot within that. Something like that. Yeah. So I would say it's simple. You just find your little spot, or if you need help, we'll give you a part so that you can participate and just feel what it's like to be with us.
So contemplative practice and meditation, you're pointing to spiritual disciplines as they're usually described. Is that how you guys see this primarily, as a spiritual practice?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. It's community, but it's a community spiritual practice.
Community spiritual practice.
Mm-hmm. It's about the process of doing it, not the product of the song. So not what the song will sound like necessarily. We don't ever really record. Just about being in the moment together. Mindfulness.
it's not quite an addiction. I mean, no, I don't mean to say that. But I mean, it's a very pleasant experience to be carried away. It transcends a little bit, and not every piece that we do does that. But it's often that something works so well that it's moving, and it carries us out of where we are. How do I say that?
It's a group meditation. It's group mindfulness. It's often very playful. It can be mournful. Often people will come in and maybe there's a death or something like that, and we cry with them.
Mm-hmm. And sing.
It's a contemplative practice, essentially. It is not a performance, and usually you think of singing as being something that you are performing outward, but we face inward and listen to each other, and we sort of practice it together.
You've seen his work all over town, from the Park Trade Center to Food Dance and more. And we wanted to see the artist behind the large-scale murals scattered throughout Kalamazoo. Conrad Coffman is a multi-talented artisan, and we visited his studio to learn a little bit about how he got started.
How did you first become a muralist? There's a little story to that.
Well, I was working on a master's degree in anthropology at Western and started doing art sort of for myself on the side, and dropped out of the master's program to pursue that. But along the way, a friend of mine who was a librarian in downtown Kalamazoo asked me to submit a proposal for a mural for the children's section, and I submitted a design after going, okay, I can make this up. The following year, though, they got a Gilmore grant that paid for the Alice in Wonderland room in the Kalamazoo Public Library. That started the ball going. 2 years later, I had enough murals under the belt, and they kept swarming in that I had to go full-time.
Wow.
Quit my job.
So we've got our paint.
Yeah.
We got our pizza. I've got my wine.
That's right. We're ready to go.
What's next?
Every now and again, I do a paint and pizza party. We set up canvases. A group comes in. They may know each other or they may not. Makes it interesting. I provide pizza and homemade pizza.
Oh, even better yet.
Good wine, beer if they drink beer. And everyone gets a photograph, and everyone works from the same photograph. Ours are slightly different, but they're of the same field.
Okay.
The whole premise of my paint and pizza parties is about interpretation. You can do any kind of interpretation that you wish of this photograph in any kinds of colors that you like.
Oh, okay. So just do anything, right?
Yeah. That's the nice thing about painting. Art in general is there really aren't any rules.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about art, right?
Yeah. There's techniques that work better to get to a certain end result that you might be looking for, but even those are malleable.
I'd love you to tell the story when you were a little boy and your television died and it changed the whole trajectory of your life.
I think that is one of the most important things that happened in my young life. In 1973, during a kung fu movie, our television died. It was 1987, I think, before our TV reappeared in our house, which meant you had to entertain yourself. I bicycled a lot. Our shop on the farm had my mom's, father's, and grandfather's woodworking equipment, so I learned to work wood to a degree. So yeah, without a television, you have a whole world open to you that TV closes you off from.
Where shall we go next?
If you want to keep yellow in your brush, then you probably want to move to the foreground so that the yellow,
this here, right?
Because unless you wash your brush, the yellow will change whatever color you work with next.
Should I wash my brush?
Well, that's the other side of it. If you move to a color that's compatible with yellow,
green, that's compatible,
like green,
right?
Yeah, exactly. And then you just figure out whether or not it's going to change the color too much or just right. This particular green we're using too is a very vivid one, and it can often go way overboard.
Yeah, yeah.
And so it's the yellow and red that tones it backward, or purple.
Oh, let's do purple.
That will give you a darker tone, but you can see that it will make the green more of a, yeah, there you go. Now you're getting into olives.
That'll work, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
When you're creating art, is that relaxing to you, or is it a work?
I love the creative aspect of figuring out how to do something. It comes to a sculpture, a metal table. Okay, well, how do you put that all together? How do you do X, Y, and Z? Or a painting, how do you make that composition move the way you want it to and get the colors to balance each other and lead a viewer into it? So that's the part that I enjoy the most. Everything after that is work.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of it.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you for the education.
Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Kalamazoo Lively Arts. Next week, we visit Fire Historical and Cultural Arts Collaborative, Fontana Chamber Arts, and artist Lou Rizzolo. We leave you tonight with a song from Circle Singers' Trybal Revival. I'm John Koch. Have a great night.
Hey!
Support for Kalamazoo Lively Arts is provided by the Irving S. Gilmore Foundation, helping to build and enrich the cultural life of Greater Kalamazoo.